So for this book review, I decided to do the Chronicles of Nick, the first book, Infinity, by Sherrilyn Kenyon. In a few words, basically the book is about demons, dark hunters, werewolves, vampires of the non-sparkly variety, and zombies. So in essence, basically Chronicles of Nick is about this kid named Nick Gaucher. Basically, he's had a tough life. He lives in the slums of New Orleans. His dad's in prison and his mom is an exotic dancer. And he goes to a prestigious high school on a scholarship. Basically, while he's there, somebody starts turning his classmates into zombies. And thus, his worries change from his tacky Hawaiian shirts to whether or not he can fit a chainsaw in his locker. So then you have the characters. So you have Nick Gaucher, who's the main character. And basically he's the anti-hero. Everybody doesn't really like him. And he has his up moments and he has his down moments. He has these times where he gets into fights easily. But he's also this good kid in that he respects his mom, who's a single mother. I have a lot of respect for his mom. And then you have his mom, who people judge her for the job she has, but she does that in order to support her son, and it's the only job she can get because she dropped out of high school due to her having Nick at such a young age. And her concern is raising Nick to be this good boy that to get him further in life. There's also the characters Bubba and Mark, who run a gun store, and they are very eccentric characters, from hunting zombies in swamps to shooting computers. And then you also have the love interest Cody, who not much is known about her. She's just the new girl, and she pops up in the books, but like I'm not really sure how I feel about her in the first book, because I feel like she's not developed a lot in those books. You don't really know a lot of her character, and it's supposed to be that way. And you see like bits of her, and you see her reactions towards Nick and her fears, but she's not a bad character. You just don't know enough to make a sound judgment on her. And then you have Caleb, who's Nick's friend, and again, you don't really know a lot about him. His story will probably be developed later on in the other books, but he has the front of being the popular jock who's charismatic and smart. And there's a whole bunch of other side characters, but those are the ones that made the big impression. What I loved about it was how the whole idea of this book was also not to judge a character by how they're represented. So like the idea of how people didn't like Nick's mom Charisse because of being an exotic dancer and all, but she had so much more to her, and if you looked inside, she was an honest, nice person who was just trying to get by. And then like not a lot of people would like Bubba and Mark because they were eccentric and crazy, but they also helped Nick when he needed help, and they kind of provided a parental figure for him because of his loss of his dad. Well, not loss of his dad, absence of his dad. And then you had Nick, who again was seen as the bad kid, the black spot in the school, when he was just an honest, nice kid just trying to get by. I love the comedy in the book. There's a lot of funny parts, mainly due to blowing up and a lot of explosions. And I felt the world was really cool because it's basically like these dark hunters who go around to protect the people in this city and all over the world, and they hunt down like demons, which are like soul-sucking vampires, and demons and all these other creatures. And there was a whole bunch of side characters that were really interesting, like Tad, who was what was called a squire, so like an apprentice to one of the dark hunters, as Nick later becomes in the story. And there was also Madug, who everybody calls Mad Dog, who was kind of like the nerd of the group. So basically the storyline starts off with introducing Nick and introducing the situation he's in and introducing his school, and he introduces kind of like what set him up to be in it. Nick means Kyrian, who is a dark hunter, and Kyrian kind of is the person who helped him up out of this dark tunnel that Nick is going down into. And then from there was the whole zombie apocalypse. I mean zombies, and it's not your normal zombies. These zombies can run. That is not okay. I would die if I was in this situation. I'm not sure if the entire series is about zombies. I think it's more of Nick and who Nick is as a person, because there are demons involved. Definitely going to read the second book of the series because I want to know more about kind of the world that's being set up with the dark hunters and the demons and Nick's family. Basically what I learned from this book is 1, do not get a nerd mad at you, and 2, don't give him a rocket launcher. Things do not turn out well. I'm not really sure what book I recommend if you like this book. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have one that's similar to this book that pops up in mine. So, see you next week, Maddie.